This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, anyone of you have any doubt and query, you can just ask in beginning of the session so that in we'll just proceed further. If you want to ask anything, you can ask in chat box, and if you want to ask via uh, we can unmute you. You can raise your hand. Do you have any question, doubt? Shall you write on chat box so that we can continue? Okay, so let's start. In the last session, let me just revise what we have discussed in the last session. We have discussed about the Git and Bitbucket, and after that we have installed Python and do some basic, very basic introduction about the variable data types, how we can convert the data types, and then we'll print the type, how we can see the type of the data types, which type of data type we are using. These basic topic we have covered yesterday, and today we are just uh, covering start from here till here. If you have any doubt, any compilation issues, anything else, you can ask.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so I think nobody will asking, so I don't waste the time to everyone, so we'll just proceed further. So in the today's session, let me just create another file. Okay, so today we are just discussing about the data types, primary data types in the Python. So yesterday we'll discuss the primary data types. What are the primary data types in Python? That is string, numbers, sequence type, map, set, boolean, and binary data types. So we'll start with the string data type first. So how we will declare? Yesterday we'll discuss about the string data type. We can declare the string data types. So let me just take string data type first. Okay. So today we are just going to discuss about strings. Strings we have a declaration of the strings with the help of the single quotes. Are you able to see my screen properly? Na? Is it or does we need to increase the font size?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So we can declare string either in single quotes or double quotes. Okay, that we saw yesterday that we can. I'm just writing here print. I'm just writing here hello, and the same way we are writing here print test. But the difference is I'm just keeping here single quotes. How to run with the program command line? We can just go on the terminal. Either you can just go here or either you can just open this terminal. So let me just open CMD. That's a better. And Python. And after that, I'm just writing Python. One more folder, I think. So you can just write Python and name of your program. You will able to see the output. So here there is no difference in the output. If I'm just writing here hello, hello both, so output will be the same. Okay, so it's your choice. You just want to use the double quotes or the single quotes. You can use any one of them. So now we are declaration about. Yeah, anyone ask you question? Okay, so we are just declaring and assign value in strings. Okay, I'm considering I have a data type str data is equal to, I'm just going to assign the value. I'm going to assign that this is my string program. This is the value. And how we can print this? Display entered value. So we can just go here and str data, we can just print it. And if you will see here, I think I'm not save this program. Let me just save it. We are able to see whatever the value we have entered that will be printed here. Okay, now the question arises how we can take input if I have input value is please input any string value. Okay, I have written this and save my program and I'm just going to input this. So you will see here the program will be hold here and it's just waiting for some input from keyboard. Till now what we are doing, we are just assigning the value to this str data, but here we are just taking input from command from console user. So now here the user just want to input any value. I'm just writing here this is my input value. This string will be my input value, but after that I don't do any operation over it, so I'm not able to see it. So I just want to see this value. So what we need to do, we just input value, and after that input value I'm just going to print it. Okay, and here when I'm running this program again, I'm just considering it test value. Okay, so if you will see after the input value, you will get the value that you have inputted via keyboards. So with the help of this, you can just input the value dynamically from user, and whatever the value you will input, it will be displayed over, it will be stored in this variable, input variable, and here I am just going to display that value. Is it fine? Any doubt? And I will suggest you whatever I am writing, I'm not increasing my space, so I will suggest you whatever the operations I am performing here, try to write these operations at the same time and perform in your laptop as well. So in case you have any doubt, you can share your screen, we can resolve your doubts. Okay, so this one is the how we can take the input from the keyboard, and whatever the inputs that we will taken from the keyboard or that will be stored in string values. Okay, now we can assume like this: I have inputted here 1. Okay, and here it will be showing me the 3. Okay, but we don't know the type of this variable, so we just want to see the type of this variable. So what we will do, we will just see input value type is. So how we can see the type, we can just write here type that we have covered yesterday, but I'm just showing you whatever we are inputting from the textbooks, every time it will be an string value, str value, it's not an integer value. So if you will see, always it will show you an str value. So if anybody will say you have taken 2 inputs from the keyboard and user will just input the value and you just want to sum of the value, so what you have to do, you have to just typecast the value into int and then you have to sum it, otherwise the value will be concatenated. So let me show you what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say, if I have a value, I just want to perform sum of 2 variables from user input. Okay, input 1 is equal to, I am just writing here, please input a number. Okay, input first number, I'm just writing here. Same way, I'm just taking another number, input 2, and writing here second number. Now the user will input the first number and second number. I am just going to print the first number. First number will be like this, input 1, and print second number will like be this, input second. Now we just want to perform the sum. So what we have to do, we have to write input 1 plus input 2. I'm just going to print the sum. When we print this sum, so what happened, I told you whatever I have inputted here, that value will be assigned to this input. Whatever the value that we have input this, that will be assigned to this. After that we are just printing the value and then sum. And now you will just I told you whatever the input that you are taking, that is always string value. So this is also a string type. So if I'm just considering like this is the comment line. So this is string type plus this is string type. So the result will be assigned will be the string type. So the value will be what exactly it will be concatenated. Whatever the you input, it will be concatenated and stored into the sum variable. So let's see an example here. We have taken, I have taken 12. It is a string type, and this is also sorry, it's 34. Another value is 12. So you will see here the value 34 and the 12, that will be the result will be concatenate. So if you want to perform sum, so what you have to do, the result will be without typecasting, result will concatenate. If you want to perform sum, so what you have to do, you have to, I'm just writing a sum 1, input 1, and then I am typecast it again and input 2. So now what this line statement 22 will do, it will convert this into the integer sum with another integer value and store that value into the sum, and finally I'm just printing sum1. So if you will see, I'm just running this program. I have inputted, this is my previous input, now this is my whatever the input that I am going to sum. That you will see here that input that we have. Okay, I didn't save this program, I think, so I'm not able to see the next statement. So I'm inputting here 12 and 23. So you will see at this sum1, this sum1 will be the sum of the first number and the second number, and this one will be the concatenation result. Okay, so till here what we have discussed, how the string works, how the string value will be concatenated. Okay, so till here I hope you have written this in your system as well. So do you have any doubt here? You can write in chat board. If you don't want to speak, you can write in chat board. uh, shall I continue, or you are just performing on your system? Any one of you can write on chat board.
No doubt, sir. Continue.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I can help you guys more. If you can interact more, then we can help you, and we can. Okay, someone has written, no doubt, no doubt. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we are just moving to the continue the string part further. So now I think you have read strings in C and C++ as well. So when you read C and C++, if I have a variable where, and I'm just assigning I'm just assigning a value as string. So this is my computer. Okay, we have written like this. So what happens? We have if I'm just taking an text-based editor, just a minute. Okay, so if I'm considering like this, I have a string. So that string will be, I have written here, this is my computer. So this is my computer. So what we have done, so how it will be stored in the system? So it will be stored like this. it will be stored like so. This if I'm writing here th, okay, I'm just taking only the this word. So the array index will be starting from 0. So this t will be stored at the 0th position, h will be in the 1th position, and same it will be proceeding. So the same way in Python we have whatever the string that we are storing, that for example I'm just considering like this. I have a var variable. Var is an I'm not considering it var, it's var1. So var1 we are storing this as a computer. So this var1 t will be at the 0th place, 1 will be at the 1th place. So how we can show it? We can just do like it var1 of 0th. So we'll see it will be printing capital T because capital T is at the 0th position. Okay, so if you will see here, I'm just running this program again and I'm inputting any value here. So okay, so why this error will become? So let me just explain one more thing. I just want to sum I just want to convert a string value and integer value, but the string cannot be converted into an integer because I have inputted some wrong inputs. I have inputted here ASDF, DFG like this. So it will be giving you some error. So how we will handle this error, we will come and discuss in when we are discussing with exception handling. Okay, so right now let me just rerun this program and I try to input here some input values like this. So if you will see, it will give me an output of t. So it will give, why it will give an output of t? Because t is at the 0th position of an array. So whatever the string that you have inputted, that index will be starting from 0 and goes up to the length of the string. So if here I just want to print the index at 4, okay, what it means? So 0, if let me just write like this, we have the 0, 1, 2, 3. Fourth place we have space, fifth place is E, sixth S, seventh place is space. Okay, and it will be proceeding like this. So if I just want to go and print the value at the fourth position, we have the space. So we are able to print the value, but we are not able to identify whether any space will be there or not. So what I'll do, I'm just keeping here hashes so that we can just visualize there is some space in between it. Okay, so I'm saving this program and rerun this program. When we rerun this program, I'm just inputting some values. So input values, so you will see here there is some space in between it. Okay, so if I remove this line, if I don't keep this line, so let me just remove this and I'm just only printing this statement. So if you will see here, there is no space in between it. Why it will be? If you will see here, it will be the more space. The space will be of this. So if we just want to visualize this, I can do one thing. I can just replace this space with the dollar. So I'm just replacing space with dollar. So and going to print here the value of var1. And if you will see here, when I inputted the values, you will see I'm printing the entire var1. What I need to do, var1 position fourth. So you will see here it will be printing the dollar. So the objective of this exercise is how string indexes are working. So whenever it's very important for you, because if you are going to go in data science, if you just want to go in application side development, every time you have to work on strings. So the conceptual and the fundamental of strings is very clear. If you have any doubt in strings, so it will be very difficult to be write the programs in future. Okay, so in case you have any doubt, any concern, confusion, you can just raise your hand. We can give you a time, and we'll discuss about your doubt sessions as well. So this is the first one. What I am trying to understand. So this one is the length. Index will be starting from the 0. The motive that I try to focus again and again. Index of string starts from 0. Okay, and end till length of string. Okay, whatever the length of the string. So this is only in happen in Python and Scala only. What happens if I am just writing here, if I am assuming the length of the string will be okay. Now tell me, let me just tell you how we can just find the length of the string. So this one is the, this I'm just going to explain operations on string. So if we want to perform and find the length of the string, if I am just writing here length, and after that I am just writing here where, and I just want to print the length of this string, I am writing here inputted these values. Okay, so you will see it will be showing me 19. So you can just calculate it, the total length will be the 19 if you will starting it from 0. Okay, when you starting it from 0, it will be goes up to the length of the string. Now what happen if I have this length and I'm just writing here var1 and length, what happen? Can you tell me, any one of you can tell me what will be the output in this case? Can you write on uh, chatbot?
Sir, R.
Okay, R.
18.
I have inputted these values. So I told you we are starting from 0 till length. So the length will be, if I'm just considering here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, I think I have missed something. So the length will be, it will be showing the length, what will be the length? 19. So the 19, it will be backslash n will be included in it. So at the end, when the string will be terminated, there will be the uh, backslash n. It will be the termination of the string that you have read in C, C++. Same way in every language, uh, the backslash n will be the terminator of the string. So here the terminator of the string is the backslash n. So now when we are just going and printing the length and var1, it will be just array out of index. If you will read this error, if you will read this error, it will be showing the array out of index. So what we need to do, we cannot print till length, we need to print length minus 1. So the motive of this one, this is how to print last index of array. Okay, there are more ways also. I'm just explaining each and every, but I'm just coming step by step. I have inputted two values here. So if you will see now, it will be just printing this R. So basically these are the minor mistakes. You already read the things, but the point is at the time of the interview, the things will be, these things will be very important. Okay, if you will say R, so the person that who is interviewed you, he will say he don't have any the string concepts are not clear very well. Okay, so same way, if I just trying to print, I'm just going to print here var1, and after that I'm just writing here -1. Okay, so what exactly this -1 stands here? Anyone can tell? So when we assign a string, it will be starting from index 0. So minus 1 will be not anywhere in the string. So what happened? Minus 1 will be whatever your length of the string, minus 1 will be the last index of your string. So why minus 1? Because it will, what it do, it will be do internally, how it performs, it will be computing the length and minus 1 and printing the last index of your value. Okay, so when we just go here and just simply write inputted strings, so you will see here the Abu, this line and this same line both have the same output. Okay, so if I am just writing here minus 2, if I am just performing this step and just writing here and write here minus 2, so what happen, it will be just go to the and length of the string, and what it do, it will be minus 2, and whatever the index pointing to the value, it will printing it. So right now we have will get the result of E. So okay, so same way, if you will increasing till the length of this, so you will getting the values of till I. So till length you can just obtaining the values. Any doubt? So this one is the basically in Python we have the indexing dimensional go to one dimension, and then you can back to the another dimension. So another part that we are going to discuss in strings, that is I have a var. So we can do the slicing here. If I just want to print the value from 1 to 3, so what it do, if you have to return this program in C and C++, what you have to do, you have to execute the loop, and then after you have to perform, either you need to do the substring and all. Okay, but here in array you can just the slicing, you have write 1, and after that you can just write colon, and it will be write 3. So what it do, from 1th position till 3rd, it will be just printing the values. Let me save it, and I'm just showing the uh, index 1 3. So I'm just going to print, this one is the input value. So if you will see here, the value will be from 1 to the 3rd index. So the value I told you, the last will be the 3. So this one is the 0. If you will see the output, let me just show you again. We have T, this is the first index, and I. And one more thing that you will see here, whatever the value I am just writing here, first index, after that I am just writing a last index. So the result will be, the first index will be included, but last index minus 1 will be the output. So the whatever the value you have written, that minus 1 will be the output index. So till at that point h1 you will be getting the high. The same way, if I am just reversing it, if I am writing like this, if I am writing here 5 and writing here minus 3, so let me just copy it and write on some another line, so that in case you need to revise it, you can just, if I'm writing like this, so if you will see here what exactly the output, how the output will be performing here, it from 5 to minus 3. So what will be the 5 value? 5 will be, if you will see here at 5th position, what we have 0 1 2 3 4 what we have in fifth position, that we have is, in fifth position, what is the value we have? We have I. This I is in the fifth position, and this -3, how it goes? -3 will be from 0, 1, 2. So till here you will getting the output. Okay, so whenever you place minus, it will be considering from the last, and whenever you place any input value, it will be considering from the first zeroth index. Okay, till here anyone have doubt? And in case you are not performing till now, I can just give you 2 or 3 minutes so that you can just try once considering any string and perform an output. Then we'll continue. I'm just giving you the 1 or 2 minutes break. You can in case you want to just ask question, you can ask, but if you have no question, I will request you, please perform these steps on your system. Okay, so can I continue, or you are just typing on your system? Or
So how we can see the output?
okay, so let's continue with another topic. We'll just continue. If you have any doubt, you can just ask me on mail or chat. Okay, so now here what we have done, we have performed whatever the steps we have done. So now the point is, we just want to, every one of you have heard about the escape sequence. uh, I hope you have read in your C++ or Java books. So anybody will just tell me any one escape sequence? Okay, how we can
Dash
see the
and
output? So where you are, Anju, I am not able to understand your question. Can you unmute your mic and you can just ask the question?
तो कोई सॉफ्टवेयर का नीड होगा।
क्या बोल रहे हो, दोबारा बोलो।
डाउनलोड करना पड़ेगा क्या कुछ? आप
Can you share
सिंपल
your
कमांड
screen?
प्रॉम्प्ट में देख सकते हैं।
Yeah, hi Dinesh sir. I'm just. Can you allow her to share her screen? I'm just stopping my screen.
Okay, just a second.
आप ये फोन से दिखा रहे हो क्या?
Yes, sir.
नहीं, क्लियर नहीं हो पा रहा बिल्कुल भी. Okay, मतलब let me just rephrase your question. You just want to ask, to run these programs, does we need to install Python? आप ये पूछ रहे हो कि इस प्रोग्राम को रन करने के लिए क्या हमें पाइथन की जरूरत, मतलब कोई सॉफ्टवेयर चाहिए होगा, करेक्ट?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ओके, सो बेसिकली हम क्या कर रहे हैं, हम पाइथन कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? तो आपको एक इंटरप्रिटेटर चाहिए, कंपाइलर चाहिए जो आपके प्रोग्राम को रन कर सके, तो यू नीड पाइथन. So what you have, I'm just sharing my screen again. I think what you have to do, you just go to the Python, write on Python download. Go here and you can just download the Python version based on your system compatibility. If your system is 32-bit, you need to download it from here, 32-bit. If your system is 64-bit, you can download 64-bit. And if you are using Linux or Mac, so you can just click here for Linux. For Mac here, you can just download the application. When you install this Python, then only you are able to run these programs. Uh, do you get your answer, your question?
Yes, sir.
अंजू, आपको अपने क्वेश्चन का आंसर मिल गया या स्टिल यू हैव डाउट?
तो है मेरे पीसी में पाइथन, फिर भी नहीं हो रहा.
ओके, आपके पीसी में पाइथन है फिर भी आप कंपाइल नहीं कर पा रहे हो. ओके, यू कैन जस्ट गो ऑन द टर्मिनल, you can just go here and write cmd. I can just show you the steps, you can just follow and tell me the output, what exactly the output is. You can just open the command line, write cmd, press enter. You will able to see the screen. Are you open this screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then you will write python, press enter, and tell me what exactly the output you have.
तो कुछ भी नहीं आया.
मतलब कुछ भी नहीं आया का मतलब क्या, कि कोई एरर आ रहा है कि पाइथन नॉट रिकॉग्नाइज्ड, पाइथन इज एरर, मतलब क्या आ रहा है?
तो माइक्रोसॉफ्ट स्टोर खुल जाता है.
पाइथन का क्या हो जाता है?
माइक्रोसॉफ्ट स्टोर खुल जाता है.
माइक्रोसॉफ्ट स्टोर खुल जाता है, तो आप पाइथन कहाँ डाल रहे हो? मुझे लग रहा है आप पाइथन यहाँ टाइप कर रहे हो. आप
नो
ऐसे
सर,
पाइथन टाइप
कमांड
कर रहे
प्रॉम्प्ट में ही डालना है.
हो. विल डू वन थिंग, आफ्टर मतलब 15 or 20 minutes you can just show your screen, then we can continue, otherwise we are just after 15-20 minutes of completion of this session, we'll see your query and resolve it. Okay.
ओके सर.
Okay, we'll just continue on the okay, where we are. Okay, we are till we have done till the strings indexing part. So now we just move on to the another. If you will see, what we have done, we have discussed about primary data types. Okay, so primary data types, the first one that we have covered string, integer we already discussed. Okay, now string is not completed. We'll just come back on strings when we finish the loop, because two or three things that is still left in strings: how we can iterate loops, how we can perform operations, how we can do the modification and all. We'll come back when we have finishing the loop part. Okay, so let me just come on the another data type, that will be the Boolean data types. Okay, why we are doing Boolean data types? Because Boolean data types will be the part of the conditional statements. Okay, so how the conditional statements works? Let me just tell you here. Print. I'm just writing is 3 is greater than 4. 4 is greater than 5. Okay, so when you print this statement, what will be the output, whether it is true or false? So Boolean, Boolean has only two values, either it is true or false. Okay, true means it's 1 and false means 0. Okay, that is in layman terms, but when we come in the Pythons, we have written true like this and false like this. So basically this true and false are as a working as a keywords in Python. If you write true, it will be treating as a Boolean. When you're writing false, it will be treating like a 0. Okay, so if you will see here, I am writing here 4 is greater than 5. We know that statement is false. So the output you will getting here when we run this program, when we are running this program, so I'm not okay, I'm not saving this. Let me just save this first. When you save it and run this program, you will see the output will be the false. Okay, and if I'm just 4 is less than 5, I save this program and rerun this program again, I'm getting the output true. So, but if you will see, I'm just going to print here, printing this value. But my motive is not to print this value. I just want to store it some in variable. So I'm writing here be well is my Boolean variable, where I'm just going to store 4 is greater than 5. So whatever the result, it's true and false, it will be assigning to this variable be well, and I'm just going to print result. So the result will be in Booleans. Okay, so if I'm writing here 1 2, so the result will be true or false. Okay, so the whatever the operations that we will use in the conditional statements, that will be, we have either greater than, less than, greater than. Okay, I'm just putting greater than, less than, equal to. I think my keyboard is not working in this time. Okay, greater than, equal to, you can just do equal to. So all these whatever the statement that I'm writing here, all these are conditional statements. So we are using these for validating the condition, if whether it's true or false. If I'm writing, when we use this equal to, I'm writing here not equal to as well, not equal to. So when we use this equal to, if we need to compare something, if we want to check whether the value is equal to or not, if we want to check value is greater than, less than, so in that case we are using, I think all these things you have already written in your C and C++, so I'm not just taking so much time. So the objective of this program is to just demonstrate how the Boolean values will be stored, assigned into any variable, and how we can print it. Okay, so when we starting in the loops, we will discuss how we can use it. Okay, uh, till now, do you have any doubt, any question in booleans, related to booleans? Okay, I think you will never ask the questions, so I I default consider that you will understood. Okay, so this one will be the Boolean part. So now we'll just move on some or more basic operations that we are going to discuss about list. So in Python, Python is the only the language where we have the list as a primary data type. Okay, so in first of all, what exactly the list is? How we can define a list? So the list is, I have a variable, I'm just considering it as a list value. Well, so Python, the list will be assigned in between these square brackets. ये जो आपके पास ये ब्रैकेट्स आप लगा रहे हो, इन ब्रैकेट्स के अंदर whatever you have written, I am writing here ABC, like I am writing here name A, name B, name C. So if you will see here, this is the list. This is a list having A, B, and C and D are the values. So when we use list, list is used to store multiple strings. Okay, whenever you just want to store multiple string values, so in that case you need to use the list. So first of all, you need to understand how to declare or how we can identify a list. So to identify for a list is, we have the square brackets in at the beginning, start, and the end it will be ending. So it will be, and the value will be assigned, the entire value will be assigned to this list val. When we print this, print list val, so we will getting the result of A, B, C and D only as a list. Okay, so let me just show you. I'm just running it. So we will get the list here. Okay, now we need to will start performing the actions and operations on the list. But for that, we'll first we will discuss about the basic data types. So another data type that we primary data type that we have discussed, that is tuple. Okay, so what exactly the tuple is? How we can declare a tuple? So in Python, when you declare a tuple, what you have to do, this brackets will be used. Okay, and same way I'm writing here A, B, A, C, D, anything else. So the difference between the tuple and list is, the list will be starting with square brackets, tuple will be starting with these brackets. Okay, so we are just going to print here, print and tuple value. Okay, so when we run this program, we'll get the output of the tuple value. Okay, we'll get the output of this tuple value. So in the today's session, I think we are just running to the time. So we are just wind up the today's session here only. From tomorrow morning, we will continue with whatever the remaining topics that we have not covered today. So I'm just winding the session. In case you have any doubt, you can just write a mail. Definitely I will be revert back, but might be it can happen in the weekdays. It will be take little bit time because we all are busy in the work. So but definitely we will revert back, but it will take a little bit more time as compared to weekends. Okay, so today basically we just want to discuss about the topics, but we are already running to a time and we have some works today. So that's fine. We'll continue with tomorrow at same time, 7 to 8. Okay, and whatever your doubt, what's the name? Let me check. Okay, and Anju, you have doubt, you can just share me the link on Gmail. I can join, and whatever the your problem is, we can resolve it. Okay, you can
तो
send me the
शेल में भी
Google
एग्जीक्यूट
Meet
कर
invite.
सकते हैं ना
Okay.
सर?
Okay, guys. Yeah, please.
सर पाइथन शेल में भी एग्जीक्यूट कर सकते हैं ना?
Yes, you can execute in Python shell as well. Yesterday we'll discuss when we're running in the Python shell, that is the interactive mode. And interactive mode, when you run the programs, it will not save permanently. When your shell will be closed, your entire program will be destroyed. Definitely you can run in the shell as well. Okay, in case your system Python is not installed, you can just drop me a mail along with the Google invite. We can just sit for 5 minutes and check your problem. Okay, but try to be send me before 9. Okay. Okay, guys.
सर पाइथन
Bye.
शेल में हो रहा
Yeah.
है,
Python shell में
उसमें
run हो
आ
रहा है.
रही आवाज. यस सर.
Okay, so you can do one thing here. I think we are running to a time, so you can just share me the link. We'll check it.
ओके सर.
Okay. Thanks, yeah. Thank you. Bye.